never been on it.
Hey Joe, curious question. Who's in charge now? You? So you're back in charge. Are you going to keep it that way, or is Bronson going to take over?
Bronson's got
Can't
over
do what
gas.
it used to do.
Huh?
Bronson's over gas.
That is what you gotta know your
But
limitations.
you're still head over everything again?
Yeah.
But is it settled to where you don't have all the paperwork and all the pressure like you did?
Not as bad.
Not bad. So you guys got it settled. That's good. That's good.
She's better than she's better. Hey,
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and all things you've given us. We thank you for being with us and helping us in time of need. And Lord, we pray again and ask you to help us tonight, Lord, as we go through this meeting, that anything we do be in accordance to your will and in the best interest of the town of Maury City. It's in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Danny Bone, Billy Gibson, Letha Johnson.
Here.
Bobby Williamson.
Here.
And Roy Simmons.
Here.
Item 3 on the agenda is approval of minutes dated November 27th and November the 30th. January the 22nd, January 2nd.
Okay, also moved.
I second. Got a motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Next item will be Justin Harper.
Yes, sir.
He wants to come to the board about getting a ball field for this year.
Yes, sir. The girls softball.
Now, you get the ball field, we got a few rules we gotta go by, you know, with what they've been doing.
application in there too.
Yeah. What we've had in the past, we've had trouble in the past in leaving lights on all night long.
Okay.
And we give them the keys, but then the combination to the locks, and then they give them out to everybody, you know? But we just don't want the lights left on all the time, and the garbage, what they've done in the past is they mowed it till they got done. We'll spray it the first year, that way it cuts down a lot of your mowing. And they mowed it and keep the garbage up, and then after when y'all get done, we'll start mowing again.
Okay. Yeah, as far as the lights and the combinations, I'd rather y'all keep y'all's locks on them. And there's only a handful of people that may have them as far as the concession stand worker. That way she can turn them on and off, because they're usually the last ones to leave at nighttime. During
I think
practice,
The practice is when they've had trouble
yeah,
getting
practice,
those
I
chairs.
believe, is when you had to leave them on.
I think this is the one that they've been using. Look, I haven't went over and updated, but needs a name, signature,
Okay.
and phone number of contact person, and to send us a letter, official letter, or come to a board meeting at the end of your season.
Okay.
So you're canceled out on this date, and we won't be looking to you for responsibility of the other.
Okay. And as far as lights being left on during practices, most of the board members are not gonna be there every night. So if the lights are left on one night, send us a bill. We don't mind paying. I mean, we're all volunteers. You know, we pay people to run the concession stand and to umpire, but that's it. Everybody else is just volunteering for all this. So if there's an issue as far as lights being left on, send us a bill. We'll pay for it. We don't mind at all. I mean, we don't make a whole lot of money, but the money that we've got, we'll be more than happy to pay for something that somebody messed up. And we try to keep it as nice as we can while we're there. I know there's a lot of other people that practice once our season's over. There's other teams that come in, you know, and we will get with,
That's when we wanna know when you're
okay, we will,
officially done.
yes,
That way we don't.
That's right.
okay.
We may let you know that pretty soon. After we get our schedule done, we can let you know what day it probably will be.
Yeah, once we have our meeting.
You'll know that plenty before.
How many teams are y'all gonna have playing?
Last year we had 17, so we're hoping to,
How many girls total was that?
it's like 170 or something last year. Year before that, we had 210.
It fluctuates a little, but you're gonna be in the 170, 200 range.
Yeah. Quite a few teams for,
Quite a bit of kids you get to use that park.
yes. And we normally do it on 3 nights, Monday, Thursday, or Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays is when we're down there playing.
And we may have some on Saturdays this go around.
Been on rain outs.
As long as, if the board got any jail, as long as they go by these rules and somebody takes the control of it, you know, it's, they need somebody to, I guess, make a motion and to let him take control of it then.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All right, we had a motion and second to let Justin Harper have the ball field. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right,
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
We appreciate
you
it.
have to bring that back.
Yeah, just sign it.
Okay.
We'll sign it.
Appreciate it.
Next item is ordinance number 18-129. Did we have any changes, anybody wanna do to that ordinance?
I wasn't here this last meeting when you did this ordinance, and, I understand it was saying that you could, sell beer on Sunday. Is that in this ordinance?
Well, we had them pass draw it up like he did at Alamo, wasn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Was true. For the dollar store. But we could change it.
Yeah, I oppose selling beer on Sunday. That's just my feeling on it.
What's that?
I said, I'm not for selling beer on Sunday.
I'm not either.
Okay, it says in here that we have to do a roll call vote. Is there anything else in here that y'all want to change?
Do you wanna make a motion to accept it? Is it written with the exception of we're pulling out selling on Sunday? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I hadn't read the whole thing yet, so as of what I've been told, yes.
You wanna look at it a little bit more?
We don't, anybody that's applying for beer license, they're gonna have to be voted on separate, we're just voting on this charter right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion, we accept it again, with the exception of no beer sales on Sunday.
I second that.
All right. So you make a motion to accept this ordinance other than but excluding the selling the beer on Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, and get out a second, so I guess we need a roll call vote on that.
Okay, Danny Bone,
Yes.
Billy Gibson,
Yes.
Letha Johnson.
Yes.
Bobby Williamson,
Yes.
and Gordon Simmons.
Yes.
Anytime. Next item is police chief report. Okay. And the next item would be, is the animal control. Ben's, Bronson's kind of taking over the gas, and we're kind of trying to, you know, when we started animal control, it was going to be part-time, you know, we were gonna do it for a little while. And maybe if we have a vicious dog or something, but we're trying to maybe get out of the animal control business. Now that they got the county's got it set up, but he said he would help if we do have a vicious dog. That's right.
Yes, sir.
He wanted to let the board know that, because he's got so much going on trying to keep up this gas stuff, but.
I got some vicious cats.
Yeah.
They don't belong to me, they hang around the house all night.
Bronson, did you ever see about the dogs over there across from Betty?
Yes, ma'am, and I didn't see anything, there's nobody even living there at this minute. I mean, when I went over there, there was nobody living there, so I don't know where the dogs are coming from.
That man live over there.
There's nobody there, I mean, we done knocked and their services is off and everything. There ain't nobody, they're supposed to move.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Heard the dog with him.
So we're gonna quit doing animal control.
Well, you still gonna do it if we got one or a vicious one around to catch it and
If
help
there's a
out.
vicious dog running around, I will go after it and, take it straight up to the, county dog, rabies control. Anything else, like if there's a pit bull or something that ain't supposed to be in town, if I see that, I'm gonna report it to, Neil, and if Neil sees something, he has to cite him in court. We just have to do it that way.
Now that they got a facility to keep them, we don't wanna be keeping any in town.
That's right.
You know, he may catch one, but he'll have it carried up Alamo.
Well, I make a motion, we just totally depend on the county.
Well, I mean, that's what we was before, you know. Bronson took that on because we had so many dogs at that time. So you making a motion to that point then?
Yeah.
Okay,
I second.
all right, we got a motion and second. All those in favor?
What about the pay for the animal control?
He knows it drops off.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a minute, now,
Should be first set.
next item is public works. All right. Joe's got a list here, he's got 2 pages here to put down here for everybody to look at. He's got going on.
We want to bring them back to you.
All right, mine would be.
Yeah.
All right, I typed up my update because it's so lengthy. And for time's sake, you have it in front of you. Every item that probably you would ask about, I believe, is on there. The only thing I would touch on is that we've had our sanitary survey done, our inspection of our water plant and our facilities, our distributions, our records, our monitoring, everything's been gone through. They came down and done an inspection, and our rating is at 99% right now. But that's all noted on the report and an update. If y'all look that over, if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
This is it right here.
Yeah, you got 2 pages here. Okay. One of the things that I think he did say we need to be looking at is getting a generator for the water plant too, maybe some kind of grant or something. We had one in the grant before. We left it out on one of the grants we had. We got this bridge down here. But it wasn't nothing we had to do anytime, just real soon on that generator. He just said we need to be looking.
Yeah, he put his recommendations in. They're not point deductions. You're not in any violation. It's that he just had concerns. He had a list of concerns, but he had a point deduction on me because the targets on the water tanks are not working. They're not operable. And I'm gonna have to check into getting them fixed.
I think you need to tell everybody about our grant we got.
Well, we're fortunate, past few years, we've been able to maintain 99 to 100 score on our water system by staying very proactive on all of our maintenance. And this time here, my deduction was because the 2 targets on both water tanks and a piece of screen was not over a piece of pipe that I needed in my wet well hatch. I noted that on there. So we had 1 point deduction. So we're at 99. Our grade or score for our water system is at 99. And I'm very proud of that. And so it means you got a very efficient water system for the state to issue that.
We're not like Atwood at the time, are we?
A lot of the things he pointed out I've already fixed and already have in the works to fix, so we're bringing everything up to their standard they require.
Is this well one that's out of service, the one, the hole is blown in there?
That's right. That's right. That's very good water. The water quality is excellent in that well. And I really want to salvage that well and fix that well.
What do you have to do?
Or reline it.
We've been looking at doing We done talked to the well people, and with the
Yeah.
three lines, like 30,000.
It's $30,000.
And we're trying to see what we do, like, right at the end of our, beginning of our next fiscal year, and do half, pay half in this past year, and then this next year, pay the other half. That way you don't have a $30,000 hit on you one time in the water department, and that'd be coming up in June.
June.
So maybe we can get it done maybe in May or something. and
So
then-
that payment can be done in 2 payments.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's what we
Yes.
talked on about.
I explained that to the inspector when he came and done our inspection, that that's what the board was trying to do, to keep from raising water rates and funding, getting back into a having to fund appreciation in this cycle, is to wait after budget season.
Will you put it back into effect? I mean, you know, to, use it, or will you hold it till you
No, we put it online.
put it
Put it
online?
online, start using it, yeah. Alternating.
And how many wells will that make us?
That would make us 3. We're running on 2 right now.
How's your filter controls coming along?
They're coming along good. They've started roughing them in. They've spent 2 days up there. They like another day. And I asked them to wait till Thursday. Thursday day I backwash, and I don't want to waste no more water. So they'll be back Thursday morning to finish putting them in and start backwashing on those controls.
So that's when you'll find out if all the new controls.
That's what I'll find out though.
Okay.
Yeah, they've ripped all that old wiring out, took all them old timers out, all that stuff, and installed the new PCs in the box, and have pretty much all of them hardwired in. And he's done, written all the software, and we're fixing to put it online Thursday. He'll stay till, he said he'll come Thursday and stay till it's online and working, like I said.
So it'll operate the valve now, but it ain't got the program where it's
Ain't got the
runs
program.
itself through, but it's all
Complete.
working all right other than.
It's
over
working
the phone.
fine, yeah.
All right, we don't have any other questions for Public Works Director?
What about the generator that they're recommending?
We just need to try to look into that, maybe if there's any kind of grants out there next time we get a grant or something, don't we?
Yeah, well, he said to look into the grants, try to apply for a grant, and he said, I got it in his report, you're welcome to read it. His report stated to look into a grant and get that generator installed, and also update the water meters on our water system, but due to their age, and to stay in current compliance with their lead and copper rules that are in place. I showed him all my old stock of the meters, that I've been over this with y'all in the past, that I can't install the old meters, the meters that we have, because they're not in compliance with the lead and copper rules. So we don't install those meters no more. We have to buy meters now that comply with that, and I'm just buying a very few because we're talking about going to the composite meters that are automatic reading. And I explained that to him, that we didn't want to invest too much of our revenue into these meters, because we were possibly going to go to direct reading. And he said, well, I would lump that together, your meters and your generator, into either one loan or apply for a grant. That's what he says in his report.
What would you do with these old meters?
We're gonna sell them as scrap.
Okay.
And that brings pretty good money, and that'll help. I estimate, I think I got about $4,000 worth of scrap meters right now. That's my estimate. And there'll be more when we pull these others back. A lot more. We're just waiting to get through this year, this fiscal year, which is to June the 30th, because this budget's loaded for as much as we can afford to do right now.
What did you say these new meters cost?
Well, we estimated like a turnkey job of about 70,000 is our estimate for the whole entire thing.
That's automatic composites.
That's right.
That would cut out a lot of, labor reading and stuff too.
Yeah, that's where we just
Either,
drive down the street and read it.
won't be no misreading either.
him, I just wanna say that, I appreciate you splitting that gas bill up, reading up meters early, all that, bad weather on it, there's gonna be a pretty good lick on some of us. If all that had been on one bill, and I was told you read them early so you could split it between this month and like next month.
We backed up a week early, shortened the meter reading time, so they don't have as many days on their billing cycle, because the winter was so hard. And what we're doing, we're gonna schedule the next month a week early, just keep the billing cycle the same, because the winter was so hard. And then after the next month, I think it'll equal back out. But we jumped on it in time, because we knew we was gonna be on a holiday, and then we knew it was gonna snow, and you can't find those meters under a blanket of snow. We eliminated a lot of problems by backing up 1 week early. We read them on the 9th and the 10th, which they won't have full 30 days on that building, and we'll read them again on the 9th and 10th, and then it'll put them back in cycle to save them. Because people, we understand it's just such a struggle to pay them when the winter's so hard.
I appreciate that. And I've talked to several of the citizens around town and told them what you've done, and they appreciate it too.
And thank y'all for doing the ice and snow so Tanya could get to the Dallas event. Thank you for doing the driveway over there for the islands. Appreciate that.
Our roads look good.
The ice, we couldn't control that ice, and we couldn't even do anything about that ice. It was so bad, so fast. We did as much as we could on that ice. But the second round, we were on it early enough that we got it down, and we depleted our salt, but we've restocked it. We found it, and we've restocked our salt, and our trucks and our plows are ready again if it comes back around again. We still.
It rained so much you couldn't salt it, and it froze during that rain.
It was just one of those winter storms where we couldn't get ahead of all that ice. And the temperature was so cold that your salt wouldn't work. It just wouldn't loosen it up fast enough for us to get rid of it. But we did the best we could do with that storm.
No any other questions for Public Works Director? If not, the next item is public input.
Will there be an increase on the water bill with all the upgrading and stuff?
Well, that's the reason we didn't go on and fix the well this year. We don't want to do no, we're gonna try to do it without having any more increases. We're not, I don't want no more increases. We ain't planning on it.
Okay, what about the gas bill?
It's gonna stay like it stay the same. Only thing is, you gotta watch, the state is making you fund so much depreciation, that's what's so hard. You're putting back X amount, that's what, you run us how long this year, wasn't it? I mean, if you was to spend, say, 200,000 up there on that water plant, they make you put another 200,000 in your budget, and you gotta pay that off over so many years. And you're actually putting money back, and even though you don't need it, but they say at the end of like 10 years, you're supposed to have 200,000 back to rebuild that plant again. And they never force you to fund that till this past year. So, that's what it made after we lowered the sewer a little bit, that's what made us have to raise it back up. And here's where we're at on that, so. That's one reason we didn't go on and fix the well this year, because if we'd have fixed it, they'd have made us put another 30,000 in depreciation, and then it wouldn't have worked out without raising the sewer up, water and sewer up again. the reason we didn't already, well, that's for one reason we ain't already fixed it. Ain't no public input.
What's the purpose of running that water in the after, and I guess it's to flush the water out, run down the road down through there. If you run it, you know, what y'all doing? First the pump out,
Oh, no, you
the
talking
water
about
be running down the street down there on Broadway.
well,
It just run
we
2 or 3
have,
days or something.
okay, now, you talking about when we flush the fire
Is that
hydrant?
what we doing?
Yeah, we have to flush we're mandatory to do that.
Okay.
And he inspects our records. Every year, we do a total system flush, which means every hydrant has to be flushed, system has to be flushed in order to maintain chlorine residuals, keep down trialomethanes, and there's other problems in water. So we have to produce records showing that this system is totally flushed and then periodically flushed, all dead end lines, to make sure that water is changed out and is maintained fresh.
Do we have to pay for all that?
Well,
Talk the water running out there, we have to pay?
well, it's figured in to the operation of the system. It's what it's figured into.
Okay. Well, that's one more question. What about those dead cars outside in people's yard and accumulate all those rats and stuff and snakes and they're not running? I mean, you talked about that before.
I know we have, what he's talking about is these abandoned cars that are left on people's property. And they're close to the property lines
On the highway.
of people who don't have abandoned cars in their yard, and they don't want them there with collecting the rats and the debris and the garbage in the beds and the other things that are going on. They want them moved off of their property line, their property kept clean. And if they want us, the board, to do something, send people some letters or something and ask them to move the abandoned cars or dispose of them. But I don't know what you can do. I mean, that's up to y'all.
Melinda?
Most cities, I live in a Humboldt. I had a car back in the backyard
I can go down there.
and they had a meeting, they told me I better move that car, or they're gonna find me every day.
Understand?
So I gave it away.
So, what the board has to do is the board has to adopt an ordinance and a plan of action to deal with that. And that's on the board to do that. I can't go down there and tell them to move it unless there's a law on the books. giving me
Y'all don't have it on the book,
authority
right?
to it.
Y'all don't have it on the book? You need to put it on the book.
I agree.
Right.
Yes. Yes. We got some ordinance about abandoned cars and stuff, I think, with, already on the books. We can, if you got some there close to your property, we'll send
You're
them
up
a
beside
letter. You just, let them know, and we'll send them a letter.
And you know who it is.
All right.